Hi, this is Bernard Rose from Trailers from Hell. Now we're going to look at 1 million years BC, starring Raquel Welch, with Dinosaurs by Ray Harryhausen, the great stop-motion animation genius. Who made Clash of the Titans, Jason and the Argonauts, all the famous stop-motion animated films in the 60s and 70s. I think, though, in many ways, this one is kind of his classic, in that it's very complete, it's very self-contained, there's no bad dialogue in it because there's no dialogue in it, which is kind of very good actually, and it also contains the debut of Raquel Welch, who plays a cave woman in a very fetching caveman bra and panties, which I remember as a young boy watching in the theaters, and especially in the scene where she gets kind of taken away by the pterodactyl and some rather fetching scars are put across her midriff by this pterodactyl's claws. I remember some strange things stirred in me, and this is mostly what I remember about this film. Is it's very erotic in a very 1960s way, but in a real way, and it certainly made Raquel Welch into a star. And I think that's why it's, in some ways, Harryhausen's greatest film, in that he really, not only are the creatures great, but there's really a human that's their equal, and that's Raquel Welch, who's incredibly alluring in this film, and it really adds something to it. And obviously the film is campy and silly and all the rest of it, but I would also say that actually, as a caveman picture, it could be the best one, because they're all campy and silly, and it has this obvious device that's absurd of having dinosaurs versus cavemen, and somehow that's a fantasy that we'd all kind of enjoy, the idea that might have happened. Didn't, but they're separated by at least another couple of million years. That having said, in this trailer there's a couple of odd things. One thing near the beginning, in the scene of the rocks falling on the caveman, if you've ever seen that shot seeming a little familiar, you'll notice it's actually in A Clockwork Orange, in the sequence when little Alex is fantasizing to the Ninth Symphony. Raquel Welch, when she became a star overnight as a result of this film, went on Johnny Carson's show, The Tonight Show, and she went on with her pet cat in her lap. And famously, Johnny leaned over and said, "Raquel, do you mind if I pet your pussy?" And she said no, and he said, "Well, then move your cat."
Introducing the fabulous Raquel Welch as Loanna the Fair One. John Richardson as Tumac.